Well, today we're going to change out an electrical outlet because we all have electrical outlets, we all have light switches that periodically have to be changed out. This particular one was painted, but whether it was painted or not, it's old. This house has aluminum wiring in it. Now, whether you have aluminum wiring or copper wiring, the process of changing the plug is almost the same, with the exception of when we're messing with aluminum wiring, we're going to use a little bit of grease just to make sure we don't have any oxidation over time. So let's get started. The first thing you got to do is shut the power off to the plug. Now I'm going to sit down and get comfortable here, but typically what I do, since I do most of my projects by myself, I'll plug a radio into it and then I'll go start flipping breakers. When the radio shuts off, the power is off. Then I'll come back and double check, make sure there's no power to it, because every once in a while you'll find one that's backfeeding through the ground wire, and it won't have full power, but it'll have enough to buzz you. So we got to take the plate off first. Then we're going to take the outlet itself out. Pull out the plug, and as you can see, this has aluminum wiring. This is going to be our new plug going in. I'm not big on taking all the wires off and then putting all the wires onto the new plug. What I will typically do is take one off at a time and put it back together the same way it came apart. That way, if you're messing with a three-way switch, or with, in this case here, wiring that continues on for the next outlet, you got to put together the right way. So let's get started here. So I like to use a pair of needle nose for moving the wires around, because it gives me the ability to be able to bend them back into loops and stuff when need be. And it doesn't take a lot of this. I'm just going to put a little bit of a dab on there and mix it in with my wire. Just to seal everything up good. And like I said, I'm going to do one at a time. Now you'll notice I put two dabs, one on top, one on bottom, and as I'm tightening everything, it pinches and seals everything up, so I don't have to worry about oxidation on that one. We're hooking up our ground wire now. If you're dealing with aluminum wiring, you have to be very careful. If you bend it too many times, it will break. Again, if you're dealing with copper wiring, it's not as critical, but you still don't want to overflex stuff. Time to put this back into the slot and reinstall everything. Everything back in, square it up. And now we're going to go ahead and turn the power back on.